Hello. Today in class we will solve more examples where we will write down the union or intersection of numerical intervals. We will also examine the same type of example, but with varying brackets. If we need to identify the union of these intervals from 2 to 7, not including it, and from 4 to 11, not included, excluded. To find the union of these two number intervals, I will display them on the number line. The intervals from 2 to 7. And from 4, excluding it, to 11. And from -2 to 7. This represents our interval from -2 to 7 and from 4 to 11. At this point, I need to write the union of these two intervals. What should we note? The thing is that according to the rules to write the union, we need to establish a common interval where the numbers belong to one of the intervals or the second segment and merge all these values. So we are moving from left to right and we commence from the point 2. This part from -2 to 7 includes the number 4. So I pass over the number 4 and the value 7 is part of the second interval, despite the fact that these are empty points. The number 7 is not part of the first interval. It falls within the second interval. So, while noting this response, I will write out the whole interval between -2 up to 11. Let's now find the overlap of these two intervals. Again, on the number line, I will depict these ranges, yet I will find the intersection of these intervals. As a result, I will get it. I depict the interval from -2 to 7. And from 4 up to 11. Take note that to observe the intersection or union, I mark the region that represents the interval, for instance from -2 to 7 or in the interval from 4 to 11. But in our case, we need to find the intersection, to find the interval in which the numbers will belong to both the first and the second intervals. Then I see that on the number line, the interval from 4 to 7 satisfies both the first and the second interval. So, in my response, I will note from 4 to 7. You see the difference between the recording and finding the union and intersection. In the union, we list all values that satisfy either the first interval or the second interval. And these numbers will be noted in my response. In the intersection, a condition must be met, that this interval must meet both the first and second conditions at the same time. This is the key difference between union and intersection of numerical intervals. Next time we will do a few more tasks. That's all for today. Goodbye. See you next time.